Hi, my name is Eric.
And my name is Dawn.
And I'm Vincent.
And
We are the students of William Anglis, here to present our planning process for an innovative tool that can be useful in the tourism industry. We started thinking about what opportunities out there in the market that hasn't been tapped into yet. We'll take you through the process we took to get a solution to the problem through the 5 innovative tools used, which is brainstorming, blue ocean strategy, scamper, 3 R's of innovation, and finally, mind mapping. These 5 tools help us create our tour app that you'll see later at the end of the video.
For the first innovative tool used, we have brainstorming. We first got together and thought of an opportunity in the tourism industry. We started tossing out ideas. We wanted to create or do something that is fun, creative, and unique, where people can actually participate that creates long-lasting friendships along the way. In order to do that, we have to innovate. We put together great innovative companies we want to have or create, such as Uber and Airbnb. We also like the idea of meeting people through the Tinder app. And we definitely wanted it to be an app that is user-friendly for everyone who gets a hold of it. We want people to say, "Hey, here's a friendly app we can all use." And tourists will say, "I like that, count me in."
The second strategy that we will be discussing is the blue ocean strategy. Now, what is the blue ocean strategy? Imagine 2 different kinds of ocean, red and blue ocean. Red ocean means all of the industry in existence today. This is the known market space, while blue ocean is the industry not in existence today, meaning this is the unknown market space. I'm going to be giving out 3 main tiers of non-customers identified in the blue ocean strategy within TCKT. The first tier of non-customers are the soon-to-be non-customers. They are non-customers who are on the edge of the market, just waiting to jump in the business. These are the first-tier customers that we have identified within TCKT. They are high-end travelers who are usually more in line with booking a general tour group rather than touring on their own, and are looking for other options when traveling into the city. The second tier of non-customers are the refusing non-customers who consciously choose against your market, which in our case, our TCKT app. These are the second tier customers that we have identified within TCKT. They are couples or honeymooners visiting the town who generally just want to tour a town or a city by themselves and doesn't want any third party involved with that. Now, these are the third tier non-customers. They are the unexplored non-customers who are in the market distant from yours. And these are the third tier customers that we have identified within TCKT. They are the old retirees or old-fashioned people who are not tech-savvy people that doesn't really have enough knowledge to navigate applications on the phone. And we also have our existing customers. They are usually budget travelers or backpackers and college students that we have identified within TCKT. Now to Blue Ocean Strategy 4 Action Grid, which we identified in our app. The first one is eliminate. We wanted to eliminate underqualified tour operators because they can make our business look bad. Second one is reduce. We wanted to reduce semi-underqualified tour operators by tourists rating the tour agent and vice versa. The third is raise. We wanted to raise awareness of our app and improve accessibility because at the moment, we are only based on Australia, specifically in Sydney and Melbourne. And lastly, create. We want to create community so that everyone can share what they have learned from the tour.
Third innovative tool used was Camper. As
is for substitute. So, if we substitute Tinder into something else, we then end up with an app that shows activities and gatherings tourists can do in Melbourne and Sydney. Tinder is a matchmaking app, while this tour we have connects people with the interest of seeing the sights, as well as immersing oneself to authentic Melbourne and Sydney living. It's basically a tour operator on your phone. C is for combine. If we combine Tinder plus tour operators, we then have an app that instantly becomes our tour agent without having to step out from the comfort of our hotel rooms, head to an office, and book way in advance. Users will then get to relax. They can just decide to go out on the day they arrive. So just like any tour operator, a list of suggested sites to explore the area will be listed. They can book a day out with a local that uses the app and just start chatting with them. That's where they can discuss where to go and what they want to do. A is for adapt other ideas, objects, copy an ad, or even adapt from the past. We adapted the ideas of Airbnb and Uber through studying what made them such a likable app. They're different, but good different. They're affordable and they provide jobs. Best of all, they create communities, and that's definitely our goal for our app. M is for minimize, maximize, and modify. We're students, and we like it cheap. Not just cheap, but worth it. So we minimize the cost of traveling through eliminating booking and paying extra for seeing the destination. We're also young and we like to mingle. Generation today have a motto YOLO, which means you only live once. True enough, we maximize friendships with the locals. If you're up to go out that night, just use the app and pick a local you'd want to show you the nightlife, not just what a magazine says you should go to. Someone once said that great ideas come from a lot of ideas. So we gathered the Uber, Airbnb, and Tinder concept and modified it. P is for put to other use. Instead of using professional tour guides to use the app, we encourage students to be the ones to join in the app and provide a service. This enhances their knowledge about the area. At the same time, earn some extra cash and meet other great people around the world. E is for eliminate. When we started planning, we wanted this to be for the general public. This was clearly way too broad. We've now narrowed it down to individual travelers ages 16 to 30 something. For the providers of the service, which are the tour guides, we've narrowed it down to college students, preferably with a card to show tourists around outside the CBD. R is for reverse or rearrange. We let the travelers create the itinerary or rearrange the suggested trips for the day with the help of the local students.
The fourth innovation that we will discuss is the 3 R's of innovation based on our proposed business. The 3 R's will result in increased value of the business. The first R is we're going to talk about is the reality-based innovation. TIC is a mobile app that connects tourists to people that can be tour guides. Reality-based innovation starts by asking where is the business at the moment, or whether we have the resources to start up the business. TIC also taps into budget markets as our primary source of revenue. The second R is role-based innovation. TIC's role in competition is to define itself as a category creator, even though people could describe us as disruptors of the economy. Launching this kind of business will target students from Melbourne and Sydney as our service providers to tourists. Students from the hospitality industry and other industries can be part of TIC, such as historians and many more. Part of the business's role in providing service to tourists and customers is to provide access to attractions away from the city by means of a car. The last innovation that we're going to talk about is the result-based innovation. It is the process of innovation that includes different key players that results and outcomes that will help the business. Partnerships with different businesses can create mutual beneficial relationships and trust between businesses. TICT creates partnerships with other attractions, businesses, corporations to drive innovation and competitive advantage.
The fifth and last innovative tool is mind mapping. We are TIC, a tour operating app. The first on our list is, of course, our customers or users. They're individual travelers or backpackers, group of friends, and we also have a specific target market of 16 to 30 something. Second one is our very own tour agents. We want to have college students as our tour agents, namely historians, art majors, culinary and hospitality students, to name a few. The third is location. At first, we will only be launching this app in Melbourne and Sydney. The fourth is rules. We have 5-star rating, 5 being the highest and 1 the lowest. The star rating can be seen in our TIC logo. And how do we earn money? Through revenue streams. We charge service fee to both our tour agents and tourists of about 8 to 14%.
Myself, Vincent, and Eric will now be telling you about our app solution, why it will work, and learnings from the process. I'll start with the solution. Our solution came about after realizing there's a gap in the market. So we took advantage of this and decided we wanted it to be easy and accessible. That led it to an app on our phones, because almost everyone from everywhere has a smartphone. We also found a problem with tour operators being too formal, therefore less connection with their guests. That led us to a tour operator app. Now for the name. It started with Tour Connect as we connect tourists to our app, but let's be honest, it's not that catchy. Finally, a brilliant beyond brilliant idea. TICT, a 4-letter word that's easy to remember. This stands for ticket, because once you download the app, that instantly becomes your ticket to a new adventure.
Why do you think it will work? Because people have been doing this even before the Industrial Revolution. We didn't really invent the idea. With the help of the 5 innovative tools, we were able to pinpoint what we needed to amend and to make it more attractive and successful. TICT, because it's the 21st century, and we want to be part of the share economy. This will work because people have been traveling for centuries. We just took out the concept of the middleman. We want TICT to be like their relatives, taking them out to our beautiful city of Melbourne and Sydney.
Now to what we have learned from the process. We learned that the first idea is not the final concept. During brainstorming, we got excited with the innovative idea we came up with. From then on, we started to become complacent, thinking that there's all there is to it. And then Blue Ocean strategy and scamper concept were explained. We realized we needed to be more specific when it comes to ideas. We learned that an idea can become something great by researching, listening to other people's opinions and suggestions, and clearly setting boundaries within the group in regards to our concept.